this would happen, I refused. I was like, dude, I'm not wearing fucking makeup.
Yeah.
And I remember I called my dad, who lives in Missouri. He was like, Dad, they wouldn't make me wear makeup. And I thought my dad would be like, oh, fuck no. And he's like, why don't you? You look shiny. I'm like, really?
Are you serious?
You're cool with it, Dad? All right, if Dad's cool with it, I'm cool with it.
On this week's episode, we're celebrating the American Dream's 6th anniversary. Join us as we hear the founding members of the American Dream tell a story years in the making. Let's start the show.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
Our show is both national and local, and I'm proud of the fact that we're here to share stories that both inform and inspire our viewers for the better. Our first segment is brought to you by a professional in your city. Let's hear from them now.
Welcome to American Dream. The U.S. women national team is champion of the world. Woo-hoo! We followed them all the way in Europe, in France for the FIFA Women World Cup, and they won. But we're here in Sonoma County showing you the lifestyle of soccer families and what it's all about. And we are interviewing the DOC of Empire Soccer Club, Mark McCarrion, and
we're going to show you an amazing home, and we're going to interview the owner, Stacy McGarva, who's going to show us her amazing backyard.
oh yeah, it has all. You'll see it. Come on, let's do it.
Soccer is one of the most played sports around the world, and it's becoming more and more popular in the United States, and Sonoma County is not the exception. Besides being a fantastic sport, it also brings families and communities together. So now we're going to show you a house that has all the friendly activities for kids, not to only entertain your friends and family, but also to keep them engaged with the sport that they really like. So let's talk to Stacy, who's going to show us around her amazing backyard. Thank you, Stacy, for opening your house and your garden for us today.
Of course.
Tell us, how is your life being a soccer family?
It's busy for sure. 2 kids in competitive soccer is quite an organizational feat, I feel like, plus 2 other kids playing other sports. So
that's awesome. And how did the girls decide to play soccer?
you know, my oldest son, who's 18 now, played competitive soccer for a little while. And so we've always just known soccer is a thing in Sonoma County.
That's the beauty of this sport, that not only brings friends together, but also families. So this beautiful home is like a dream home. Everybody would love to have this home because it has a lot of aspects. When your kids are involved in sports, you want them to have this type of environment. Thank you, Stacy, again. And could you please show us the main features of this beautiful backyard?
Sure.
Should we start with the pool?
Yes, start with the pool. I grew up with a pool. I knew we wanted a pool when we bought this property. It didn't have the pool yet, so we knew that was going to be, you know, central part of the backyard. And I'll show you some other things.
Okay, let's go.
So here we've got the hot tub. We definitely spend a lot of time in here, and the kids go back and forth between the pool and the hot tub a lot. They like that.
What about
And
that beautiful area over there?
So
I
we've
love it.
got giant Jenga, which the kids love, and we usually have some sort of big game table down here, ping pong. We've got a big dice table. So this area we kind of leave open for changing out game tables. We've got some gymnastics bars the girls love to twirl on, and the trampoline, of course. Every backyard for kids needs a trampoline, right? Yeah.
Even sometimes adults, we can use
yeah,
it.
that's
Get
true.
a little
That's
use of
true.
it. And now that we're here on the backyard and part of the soccer field, we can see kids playing back there. So tell us a little bit about this beautiful part of the house.
And I think it really kind of makes the whole thing. It's just adds so much greenery, obviously, and it's just beautiful, and it's just a soft, big, huge spot. I mean, the kids, they do circles and laps dribbling their soccer ball. There's enough room for volleyball, a perfect space for everything.
Exactly,
Yeah.
everything is tight end.
Yes.
You know, all many activities that you can enjoy with your family in this amazing backyard. So You can get some ideas and you can see how have developed their backyard so beautifully. So keep looking and get some ideas and do it on your own backyard.
Here with Mark Markarian, DOC of Empire Soccer Club. As you know, the U.S. women's national team is champion of the world. That's amazing.
Yes.
What do you think about it?
Oh, it's incredible. It's inspirational, and especially with the number of girls we have playing in this area, it's awesome.
All right, and you are DOC for the club. What do you do there?
I was previously the president and now the director of coaching I run the competitive program. We have recreational soccer, and the competitive portion is that side of soccer, which kind of takes it up another level. In Santa Rosa alone, our club is somewhere between 1,300 and 1,400 kids total.
Wow.
And our competitive component is about 350, 340, so about 340 kids. So there's quite a few families.
So we are co-coaches of the Empire Soccer Striker 07 girls, and I have a daughter in the team, and so I have a really good reason why to do it. I'm passionate about soccer. I have played all my life. But what do you do it? You don't have a kid in the team.
Yeah, so I coached my daughter all the way into college in Empire Soccer Club, and I coach high school soccer in town too. And I kind of like it, obviously. We're a volunteer-based program, but the reality is that I love the sport so much that I find that if there's anything that I can offer to make it better and to maybe have any impact on a team or a player,
very cool.
Then I would do that.
All right, and it's very a pleasure co-coaching with you, this team. There were a lot of rec kids coming into this team, and now we're ranked really well in California. And thank you for all your support, your help, and teaching me to be a good coach and supporting the dream of the kids.
Absolutely.
But playing soccer.
Thank
Always
you,
a pleasure.
Julio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Meghan Duffy with The American Dream, and on this segment, we are going to go to Tiburon, one of the most coveted places to live that's only a 20-minute ferry ride or 30-minute car ride north of the San Francisco Bridge. Today I want to show you a little bit about downtown and the areas and why people live here, and take you to one of the most beautiful properties in Tiburon. So let's go check out downtown. Tiburon's charming downtown is home to many waterfront boutiques, restaurants, and a movie theater. One of the most well-known restaurants is Sam's, that's been here for 99 years and just did a remodel and updated. On a very sunny day like today, Sam's is very typical to find boats of any size docked on the harbor and people coming in to enjoy a healthy California lunch on the water. Next to downtown Tiburon is Corinthian Island and Belvedere, some of the most exclusive real estate in the world. Most people say that living here feels just like being on vacation. Many families move here for the top-ranked school districts and the safe and tight-knit community that allows children the freedom to have more independence. After school and on weekends, it's common to find people hanging out at the Tiburon Peninsula Club, a swim and tennis club, the San Francisco Yacht Club, or hiking and biking on all the many trails that exist here. One of the most popular cycling routes is the Paradise Loop, which takes you all around Tiburon on the peninsula side. We are about to go see an amazing house that's on the backside of the Paradise Loop, so let's go see it. Welcome to 1 Antoinette Drive, one of my favorite properties in Tiburon. This beautiful house was built in 2009 and is 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and is 5,932 square feet. So let's take a look at this beautiful property. One of the most striking features about this home as you enter is this incredible entryway with this big window that gives you a great sense of indoor-outdoor living. All the light and airway makes it an extraordinary entranceway. This beautiful formal living room gives you a very cozy feeling but yet is open to the rest of the house, is light, and has incredible views of the bay. Who wouldn't want to sit here and chat in a formal living room? This beautiful dining room is a formal dining room with an incredible chandelier and great views of the bay while you're eating and dining. And this is my favorite part of the whole house, this incredible open kitchen with a beautiful breakfast nook and this incredibly unique and beautiful chandelier while you have views of the bay. One of the other really incredible things about this house is the in and outdoor living that you get and the connection with the family room. Let's check out some of the bedrooms in this beautiful house. As a child living in this home, you get to play in one of the world's best playrooms. You've got lots of light and views and an incredible space and hallways to run up and down. After a hard day of playing in the playroom, come and relax in this incredible kids' room with bunk beds and views of the bay. Well, if you haven't noticed already, this house is all about the views, views, views. This is not just a great view house though. You have a built-in backyard barbecue, incredible dining space, and a place for the kids to play. So what better place than to sit down, relax, and just enjoy the views.
The American Dream is about bringing you inspirational real estate, lifestyle, and success stories. This week, we explore the history and vision that brought us this far. But first, we have one more story from your neighborhood. Let's check it out.
Welcome to American Dream TV. Today we're going to explore the legendary Napa Valley while honoring the indigenous people to the land and acknowledging the rich cultural history, along with being a present-day visible example to our people and community. There are so many people that have been a part of my journey to bring me to this moment, and I thank each and every one of you. But today I would like to dedicate this to my grandmother. Thank you so much, Grams, for everything. I love you. We're gonna stop by one of my favorite local businesses, Napa Valley Bike on Pearl Street. Oh, hey, Brad. Hey, Kyer. How you guys doing today?
Great, how are you?
Doing good, thank you.
Awesome.
I just wanted to stop by and see if I could take a bike out on the Vine Trail.
Ah, I've got the best bike right here for you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Have you ever ridden an e-bike?
No, I haven't.
Oh, they're super fun.
Oh, I can't wait. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Within the last 2 decades, the Napa Valley has been thoughtfully reshaped, and many of those exciting developments have been mostly, in part, due to our local mayor, Jill, and we're going to meet up with her today at the Visit Napa Valley Welcome Center. Come on, let's go. Well, Jill, it's great to meet with you today and have a little bit of time to spend together. I was wondering if you might be able to share some highlights during your time in office.
You know, I'd love to. I've been mayor for 14 years and seen some amazing transformations in the city of Napa. And I think the biggest one is our flood control project and how it's made our community safe and also brought investment opportunities. So let me take you over to the area where the project is and explain a little more.
Okay, that's great. So can you tell me a little bit about the investment made to the project?
Yes, the flood project is about a $400 million project.
Wow.
But we're in partnership with the federal government, so they paid half of it, and we paid our local share with the sales tax that we paid for the past 20 years. And so that has worked out very well. We've been able to pay our share, and we're still working to finish up the project. There's about 30% left to do.
Okay, and what's still left in the project that needs completion?
There's some flood walls around the Oxbow. There's some flood walls around Lincoln Street. There's some flood walls off of Coombs Street. So
Okay.
there's some finishing up touches in order to keep those neighborhoods safe. We've had over $1 billion in private investment since we started our flood project.
Wow.
So it's been amazing for us. So we have to be sure we have a general plan that lets us know what the community wants, so that when those opportunities come, we're able to say, yes, this one exactly fits with where our community wants to go, and maybe this one over here, a little too touristy oriented. We want something more for locals. So that balance is going to come with the general plan.
Well, I'm really glad to know that you're still going to be a part of our community. And we first met during Leadership Napa Valley, which is an incredible experience.
Thank you.
I value my friendships that I made, and just knowing that, the collaboration and the way that we, inspire others to find solutions and impact our community in a positive way. I just can't express how much that means to me. So
Well,
thank you.
I enjoy doing it because I enjoy seeing the light bulb go off in people's heads and saying, hey, I can get involved. I can make this happen. And my goal when I became mayor was to create a more vibrant community. So as you're taking the crews around and filming and seeing what's happening in Napa, I feel like I've accomplished that goal. So,
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today and share a little bit more behind the scenes of our community.
Thank you for asking. Good luck.
Thank you so much. You can feel the pulse and heart and soul of Napa's downtown, which is the center of our community. Right here on the river, you can enjoy shops, restaurants, events, so many options at First Street downtown, where you can experience all of the wine country lifestyle.
Hey guys, Hazel Emlyn here with Rapid Starter Real Estate. Today we're in the North Bay town of Dixon. And Dixon's located right between San Francisco and Sacramento, and there's a really neat project happening here. For those that don't know, there's a lot of military population here in this area, and there's a really neat project with Habitat for Humanity. They're building a 6-bedroom home for homeless veterans in this area to live in permanently. And I can't wait to introduce you to some of the people that are helped to make it happen. So I'm here with Jason Case with Case Electric, and you guys actually provided all the electrical work in the home. And he and I know each other because we're a part of Business Network International. And tell me a little bit about how you guys got involved with the project.
Right, so we got involved because of our regional director of Business Network International, Susan Schwartz. She's a part of the Women Build Days that happen out here. And so when I saw the posts and I saw everything that was going on out here, I decided to talk to her about how our company could be involved with the project, because we have a lot of talented folks who work for the company. We do residential work all the time. So we came out and provided all the work, the wiring for the can lights, the light fixtures, the light switches, receptacles, everything to their main panels on the home.
And I should add too that you guys did all this work for free.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm here with Mark Bides. You're the project manager for Habitat for Humanity. Tell us a little bit about how you guys got involved and a little bit about the project.
We started out by partnering with McNamara. He was the owner of this property, and we talked with the city of Dixon and then decided that this was going to be the site for the project. 2 years, this home is going to be a permanent spot for 6 vets. Usually when we started talking with Habitat International, we usually don't have the capacity to rent. That's one of the things that we don't do. But after researching it with our board president, they found that we could in fact partner with a nonprofit. And so Canby is a organization that does transitional housing, and they have 2 houses that are down here around the corner. And so we met with them, and after a lot of discussions, we decided, hey, we can do this. And so we decided to go ahead and move forward with that.
So now I'm joined here with Jerry Raycraft and Jack Batchelor. Now Jerry, you were the former president for Habitat for Humanity, and Jack, you're the current sitting president.
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit about what this project means to you guys.
Well, I like to tell the story of how the project got started from the standpoint of the veterans themselves. When we went to Ruth Matz, who at the time was the executive director of Community Action North Bay, and we said we'd like to help a veteran family. And she said, well, why don't you build a house? And she went on to explain how some veterans that she can find housing for them, but normally it's in an apartment. They become isolated, they become lonely, depressed, and that can lead to substance abuse problems, all kinds of other problems.
Sure.
So she explained how a very large percentage of veterans really need this shared housing, this communal living.
Yeah, and then Jack, you're the former mayor of
That's
Dixon,
correct.
so I mean, how special that this project's here. Tell me a little bit about how you're feeling.
Okay, well, the city of Dixon, I'm very proud to say, has always been supportive of veterans. This is a very important project for veterans, and as probably a lot of people know, this is the first in the nation for shared housing under Habitat for Humanity, and it's being used as a template for other communities.
So I'm excited to see the finished product. We're about a month out.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Good.
And we'll be here hopefully for the dedication.
Absolutely. Good. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks again for watching and for letting me share a little bit about this special project that's happening here in Dixon. I'm looking forward to next month where we'll actually show you the whole finished product and what it's going to look like when it's all said and done. Thanks again for watching. This is Hazel Emlin with Rapid Starter Real Estate, and I'll see you next month.
The American Dream Show is a vision that began 6 years ago as a need to create positive media in a landscape that relies on negativity to grab attention. It exists to educate, entertain, and to share inspiring stories from around the country of businesses and entrepreneurs doing their best to lead meaningful lives and carve out a lasting legacy for the better. I'm your host, Jem Morris, and I welcome you to join us as we hear the founding members of the American Dream tell a story years in the making.
Shoot the shit 2 times.
Craig.
Seth.
Bro.
Broseph. 2.
Is that what we do now?
You just gotta get better.
This is what we do now?
Craig Sewing, creator of the American Dream. Look, when we set out to start this mission, it was about combating negative media. What ultimately happened is it became an entrepreneurial journey where we started to create some of our own dreams. And me specifically took this thing all across the country. The American Dream is not a destination, it's a journey. And in this entrepreneurial spirit, in our second city of Denver, I met what ultimately would become my version of the American Dream, meeting who's going to be my wife today, Brandy Sowers.
What has happened for me in my own experience of the name of the company and the name of the show is that American Dream has become something that means something on its own.
Yeah.
Like there's the American Dream, and then there's the American Dream the show, and the American Dream the show, to me, almost has felt more inclusive than what my traditional concept of what American Dream is.
Yeah, what the show has evolved to is sharing the real stories from real people in real communities all across the country in a time when the media is so divisive and negative. We are inspiring and uplifting, and it's through sharing those real stories.
There's 400 people now that take part in the American Dream. There's millions of people that see it every single Sunday. What's crazy is the story of the American Dream is actually your story.
It started with a radio show. The show's growing, and we're really proud of that. It's your show, not ours. But what you might not know is behind it all is me as an entrepreneur.
You know, a lot of us are waiting for that big aha moment that changes our life. But now that I'm inside of the company, I see it's a lot of little aha moments.
One of the most pivotal moments came from a very scary failure, and it came from the network. So we came in and we had this show, and we built this show without their support. We, in our own bubble, were doing well, and I thought they were gonna offer us a daily show. So I'm going in there, I'm thinking, all right, prime time, this thing's gonna blow up. You know, you're always waiting for like that moment of like, you made it, now boom. So we go up, I have this meeting, and they're like, next week we're unplugging the show. Well, we're not unplugging your show, we're unplugging the entire network. But we like you. My goal is to educate, empower, and engage. You know, it's like anything in life. You can turn lemons into lemonade. That's Julie Sewing. My mom would always say that. So I said to these big network guys, well, can we still use your studio? There's a great opportunity for us to take those failures and turn them into bigger wins. And I think that's a message that should apply to anybody who's got that entrepreneurial spirit. Don't let fear of failure paralyze you. When you learn that your failures can be your biggest lessons and stepping stones, then you can replace that fear with faith, and then the world is yours.
Most people see obstacles, and he really does see opportunities. That is a unique characteristic to Craig.
Everybody he's come in contact with, they're all great people. And because knowing Craig, like, he makes everybody around him better. And I can see why he's achieved the American dream.
Ooh, well, hey. I think I took one look at you and I go, this is a guy I can drink a beer with. And I think there was a kind of an immediate friendship. I think absolutely, at least on my side, there was a fascination with you because you came into California, which is a very intimidating state, to come in and try to be a big entrepreneur, and you were completely fearless. When you started the American Dream, several things. One, I didn't see the vision, straight up. Number two, I didn't think I had the confidence to get in front of a camera and represent myself. And it wasn't until other people joined the show that I said, no, wait, they can't be on that show without me being on that show. So to me, change has always intimidated me. But to you, that's like a surfer in a wave. Like, you want the change, because what the change does is give you the ability to pull ahead of all the competitors.
Yeah.
And it's just a radically different way to think about what makes most people nervous.
Yeah, the greatest sailor is going to win in the roughest waters.
Exactly.
Right? And so, I don't know, I think if you have enough experiences in your life where you did have a major failure and it still worked out, you start to have a little bit more confidence when those things occur, because the change is happening for everybody.
Yep.
Right? So as long as you're on the leading edge of certain things, you get to dictate what it's going to mean to you. We had talked forever about partnering, and we probably had 100 different ideas, napkins and happy hours.
I was going to say a lot of IPAs were drank.
Everything changed. The look of the show, the concept of the show. That next day, it was like, boom, gone.
Shine like a star, 'cause you know that you are. Free mind every time. I just came to have a good time. Now everybody.
Why there's emotion, I think, that we've been able to achieve in the last year of the show is because we took the show out into the field. We weren't telling realtors to talk about their communities in a certain way. We weren't editing what they were saying. We weren't giving them scripts. We were going, here's a camera. Tell us what's really happening. I thought, God, I could get involved in this company and not only build a company with my friend, we could do something that we could do well by, but also do good by. Like, we could actually change the media landscape for the positive.
And you called it being radically authentic.
Hi, Summer. Thank you for the invite.
You wanted to shift this thing out of studio.
Yep.
Our piece, but also all the realtors all across the country are doing these 2-box interviews. How are you going to do this? And dude, you did it. Like, you just did it. And I still don't know how we did it. We're here now. And it was because you knew the collective public, right? Like what they're thinking, how they're consuming information.
Yeah.
And you changed it. And that's where I think the show went from here to there.
I always wonder, like, what is the moment when this company cannot be caught, right? You know, you watch like two cars competing.
Yeah.
Usually like the old classic car takes a while to rev up, but then you just can't catch it. Doesn't matter how fast that Porsche goes, it's too far ahead. And that was the moment where I was like, you can't catch up with this company because we just became peer-to-peer.
Relationships are your key ingredient. With anything in business, whether it's media or anything else, We had built equity in real relationships. A few contacts, a few phone calls. They partnered with us to create the studio, Ignite Media. Now I'm this executive show producer to the CEO of a media company. We're commercial free. We're not a slave to anybody on content. We blaze our own trail. And that's where we built the media company. That's where we really brought the show in. And then everything flourished from there. When I walk around Ignite Media, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I'm so damn proud, and I'm proud of it. I'm like proud of the life it's become, the thing that it does. I mean, you can walk through there, and there's the social media team. Yeah. There's the account managers. There's the editors. There's the producers. And this whole thing is gelling, and it's growing, and it's like, yep, I could be cut out of this equation now, yep, and this will not stop.
What I love is, you know, I walk into the editing room and there's 11 of some of the brightest young minds in editing and a lot of people who are incredibly experienced as well that are veterans. And I can sit and watch people taking footage from all over the country, all over America, and crafting stories around these young entrepreneurs.
This thing now is its own living, breathing thing. Yeah. The people that put this together, everybody's fingerprints are all over it. That's what I'm most proud of, and that's what makes me so confident that we're just at the beginning.
Living the American dream, man. That's it. Doing it right now. Work hard, play hard, strive for the best, be part of the best, work with friends, create great relationships, man. That's it. Love it.
For me, the American dream is visualizing something that you want so bad and actually going after it and getting it no matter what it takes.
One of the things that attracts me to the American dream is that it's not just a company, it's a concept. And I think one of the things that American Dream TV is so good at is capturing the diversity of what the American dream means all over America. And that is something I'm so proud to be a part of.
Part of the American dream is dreaming big. On today's episode, we're going to visit Anguilla, a little island off of the South Coast. You know, in all of this mission and all the things we've talked about here today about making the American dream come to life for everybody all across the country and millions of followers and all that stuff, we gotta remind people this is really fun for us too. There's struggles and there's trials and tribulations, but like when Richard Steinberg out of New York City, who sold A-Rod and J-Lo their home, says at the end of this call, he goes, hey, I sell for the Four Seasons in Anguilla, and I want to fly you guys down there, and we're going to stay in the Four Seasons, and it's going to be incredible, and let's do a show down there. And I'm the CEO of the company. I'm leading the phone call, and I'm like, yeah, and we talked through and all this. By the end of it, you remember this call, I go, can I say something really stupid? What is Anguilla?
Break it down. It's an imperial world, but I'll tell you now, I can be your girl.
Yeah, I don't know whose idea it was.
Someone said it offhand, and then it became very serious. A couple cocktails in, we were like, no, we're doing this.
We were getting a private jet. So what do we do in the airport? In the airport where we have missed our flight. I'm not trying to act like I'm a baller. I remember he and I were like, we got to look cool in front of our girls. I'm like, napkin, like how much will you put in
well, how much will you
I'm like, dude, I'm calling my MasterCard. I'm like, how much room do I got on this thing? And I'll never forget being on this flight. My fiance will be my wife by the time I think this comes out, with you and Jesse, and I remember being on this private jet.
Listening to Cardi B.
And to the right, you had a sunset over Miami. And to the left, you had this full moon. And I don't care what that costs. Like that is a price. I get goosebumps just talking about it. It's a priceless moment of like all the blood, sweat, and tears, and this. We're experiencing this moment right now.
That makes me cool like crazy.
Well, I come from Kansas City, Missouri, and my dad's been in business for 43 years. And for me, the American dream is building off what he's been doing for the last 43 years.
Being someone from a small town in Olympia, Washington, being down here in Southern California trying to make a name for myself, to me, that is an opportunity you wouldn't see in other countries. And I think you can see it here in America. And I think that's the reason that I'm so proud to be American.
First generation Filipino American. My parents came over from the Philippines, and they made a lot of sacrifices for me, even just to be around and do things. So it's always been in my soul and my purpose to make sure that I get to a place that makes them proud.
You make history, Brian.
People ask all the time, is the American dream dead? And I gotta ask them the question, are you dead? Because the moment we stop dreaming is the moment we are dead. As a country, there's a reason that millions of people went into it, not out of it. Now, whether your goal is to start a business, start a charity, or start a family, like I'm gonna be doing here today, the American dream is subjective. You get to define it, you get to chase it, and it's a never-ending process, and that's what makes it such an amazing thing. And through our show, this is the story that we want to share all across the country of real stories, making real impact on real people's lives.
We found you here, 'cause nothing is better than you and I together. I just wanna stay until the morning sun. Lay here forever, you and I together. I just wanna stay until the morning sun.
When we're talking about the American dream, we are living what the overall story is. I mean, if you boil it all the way down to the core of what this thing is, all of us internally as teammates, I never use employees, I never use that word, as teammates, partners, and all of our own individual stories, personally and professionally, like it's created this tapestry, this fabric where you have a purpose. I feel like we have this purpose and this great story, and it's been cool sharing.
You now have so much personal interest and so much love in the company. I'm officiating your wedding, and I'm your partner in CMO. You know, my best man at my wedding is our director of revenue and retention. So what's so cool is like that's a glue that just can't be unstuck.
A hug?
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go.
We're grateful for everyone that helped grow our show into an outstanding source of knowledge and inspiration, and for the opportunity to share these stories with viewers around the country. We're happy to have shared our journey with you, and we've hoped that you've enjoyed it too. Thank you for watching.